Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I have another Power Rangers review for you. This is an odd one. Honestly, the one question that I ask myself when I look at this is why? I don't really know why this exists, but it does. These are the world's smallest Power Rangers action figures. Yeah, take a moment. So I think World's Smallest, from my understanding, I guess is a brand where they sell tiny little toys or something. I've honestly never seen these anywhere, but then I heard that they were doing them for Power Rangers and I was like, all right, I gotta check this out and see what's going on. So, excuse me, and I apologize in advance because I am still recovering a little bit from being sick. I'm mostly okay, but still got a little bit of a cough. But I had to get these and check this out. So basically what this is, as you can see, is a tiny little Power Ranger action figure. And we're going to open this up. But it's almost like a miniature packaging, because you almost have like, you know, the the backing for the packaging right there and stuff. But because that's too tiny to sell, they have to put it in larger packaging, which is just, it's just kind of funny to look at. It's like a box within a box, sort of. So basically, they've released ones of all of the Mighty Morphin Rangers, the original 5 and then the Green Ranger as well. I don't think there's a White Ranger one, but maybe there is. But yeah, so these are what they are. And so basically, so each one has a little picture of the Ranger right there. Again, the tiny little box inside. And it says micro action figure, collectible mini blister. It apparently has 3 points of articulation. And there's a figure stand included. There's some other like insert inside there, it looks like. And then the back, yeah, okay, so there's no White Ranger, it's just these 6. So it says collect them all. Excuse me. The other odd thing about it is this is licensed by Hasbro, but the packaging here of the little figure is the old Bandai America packaging style. So my guess is they made these a while ago and they just never got released. So when Hasbro took over the license, they just released it under the Hasbro name. But I guess these were just being planned for a while. I don't really know. There's a QR code there, so maybe that takes you to like the page for this website. So if you want to check that out, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to open each little figure up and take a look in just a second. But real quick at the packaging. So each one, again, has a lightning bolt with a Ranger, a little picture, another image of the Ranger there. The back is all the same except for the little mini picture there. So that's that. Yellow, pretty much the same again. They do have different dynamic poses of the Rangers there, if that really matters. So I don't know if this is the type of thing that, I guess, if you're interested in this thing, you probably will keep them in the box and display it like this, because it's kind of cute to have a tiny little package like that. Or I guess you could just take this out and just have like a bunch of these on a desk or something. But me personally, I'm going to actually open the Rangers all the way and take them out of the packaging completely, just to see what this 3 points of articulation is all about, because I am very, very curious about that. Excuse me. And yeah, very, very interesting. So again, world's smallest Rangers, these micro action figures, very odd. So anyways, without further ado, let's get these open and take a look. All right, here they are out of the packaging, or at least the larger packaging. I still left them inside of their miniature packaging right here. First things first, before we dive into the actual figures, each of them came with a little paper insert with a bunch of other like different types of miniature collectibles that they sell. So I guess that's like a thing. Like there's mini Rubik's Cubes and stuff. There's a mini Gumby and Pokey, which is interesting. Mini Thomas the Tank Engine keychains. Like, I didn't know there was a whole thing about like these mini stuff. I don't know. The other side has even more types of things. Although these I've actually seen. These like miniature arcade machines. I've seen those before. So I guess there's this whole market for like these miniature things. I don't know. But we have mini Power Rangers now. So that's cool. Like I said, each of these looks like the old Bandai America excuse me, legacy style packaging. And with sort of the black backdrop, the lightning bolt logo. So it's kind of cool. It's almost like a little bit of a blast from the past. But more like trauma from the past. But anyways, yeah, here they are right here. I'll take an up close look at each of these in just a second. But this is kind of neat, and I could totally understand if you just wanted like a little bit of a display like this, like miniature little packaging like that. It's kind of cool. I'm almost tempted to leave them like this, but at the same time, I really do want to see what these are all about and open them up. So let's take an up close look at the packaging for each of these. And I am taking time before I open these up because this is part of the appeal of buying this, is this miniature package. So to people that are like, jump ahead and open the thing already, like, I opened it. This is part of it, you know, like, here it is. So this is a micro action figure. Basic packaging, there's not really much into it, but it's still pretty neat. You have the Ranger in there. And then the back right here has this little picture of the 6 Rangers and says "Go Go," and I guess the idea is you can open this up from the back. So we'll open these up in a second, but I guess you can kind of store these figures in the little packaging if you want, or take them out as is. So it's kind of neat to have this like little collectible miniature package. Here's the Black Ranger right here in the mini little package. So that is pretty cool. It is kind of hard for my camera to focus, I think, just because the stuff is so tiny. Now, obviously, the paint is not going to be perfect on these things. It is very, very tiny, and so it's easy to have little paint splotches and stuff, so I'm not too concerned about that. But there it is. Green Ranger. I am impressed though at the amount of detail, or like, you know, the color. Like they got the, like where the Power Morpher is and stuff, even like the little red dot on the helmet there. Like, I'm impressed at the amount of paint that they put on a tiny little figure like this. Here's the Red Ranger. I'm assuming that the arms rotate, and probably the head rotates because it's headed to the side, but I wonder, you know, what, do they count 3 points of articulation, meaning each arm counts? It's probably. So I'm guessing it's probably just the helmet that rotates and then the 2 arms. But doesn't look like the legs move at all, or the chest like rotates or anything. Blue Ranger right here. So again, pretty cool. Pretty cool. There we go. Pink Ranger. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it is pretty cool what they were able to do with this tiny little thing. So, alright, with that being said, let's start to open these up and actually see what these look like. So, you open up the little door in the back, and inside is a little plastic thing. Oh, this is the stand. I was like, what is this? Oh, okay. Cool. So, yeah, let's, just slides right out. So this is the miniature little stand for the figure. So that's pretty cool. So don't throw out the plastic thinking it's just there to contain something. This little insert, I guess, holds the Ranger in place. So I just want to slide this out in case you want to potentially store the Ranger again. You might use this, I don't know. So let's take a look at the Ranger first up close. It's going to be hard for my camera to focus on this thing because it's so small. So yeah, again, so the Power Morphers are just painted silver. There's not any more detail than that beyond just the straight silver. The helmet, surprisingly, again, has more paint than I would have thought, with like the black dots there. Overall, it's not bad. The paint on the boots and the armbands does go all the way around. So in terms of articulation, so this arm rotates, this arm rotates, and does the head rotate? Yes, it does. So the head does rotate all the way around. So those are your 3 points of articulation. The whole body does not turn, the legs don't do anything. There it is. That's pretty cool. And it does come with a tiny little stand, so there's a little hole at the bottom there. And so basically, it just stands like that. It's actually pretty neat. So I guess what you could do is you can just stuff this back, because it's not really going to fit with the stand in there anymore, so I guess I'm not going to keep that. But if you want to put it in the packaging, you can sort of slide this in, if you can get it there properly. Oh, the head is like stuck up there, so I just have to... Okay, actually it's got a nice tight fit because of the stand. So it actually fits in pretty tight if you wanted to display it like that. So that is certainly an option. But now getting it out of here... Oh no, okay, it's not too bad. Alright, cool. So yeah, again, if you like the stand and stuff, you can just kind of display it with that, which is pretty neat. So I guess I don't need these then. Okay. I mean, to each their own, you know, if you want to keep it in that other plastic piece that I got rid of, you can totally do that. It's up to you. So let's take the stand out of here. We'll take a look at the Black Ranger. Alright, so I'll just put them on the stand straight away, and then we'll take a close look in a second. There we go. Alright, now let me try if I can focus. Focus. Thank you. So this is the stand, by the way. It's just a clear stand, and here's the Black Ranger. Which again, there are some paint splotches on this one, so not the greatest paint job, but you know, I don't expect much for these tiny little figures. Also, this one is the one like where you can't really see the paint on the helmet too well on the front, like where the visor is, but they do have like the silver and then a little bit of like, I guess that's gold on the top, it looks like. So you can kind of tell. This side is a little messed up, but from this side, it doesn't look too bad. So, cool. And again, same articulation, so I'm not going to go through all of that for all the figures. But the two arms and then the head rotate. So, that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to save these the packaging too, because this is kind of cool to have. Alright, we're going with the Green Ranger. These are pretty neat to have. It's one of those things that like I didn't think I would need, but like, could you imagine just like an army of Rangers in this size? Of course, they're never gonna do that. They'll just have like the Mighty Morphin team, but it's still pretty neat. Also, it should be noted that these probably are not suited for very small kids, because they will eat them and then you will not have them anymore. That's how that works. So here is, if I can get this thing to focus, the Green Ranger right here. And oh, the shield is actually not like attached, like it's not just part of the body. Which I guess is not too surprising if you consider the fact that like they don't have to do a different body sculpt then. They just have to attach the dragon shield. You know what I mean? So that saves them costs. So that's actually kind of smart. The Power Morpher's gold. And in fact, if you actually look at one of the other Rangers, I'm just going to grab yellow right here since it's a little noticeable. Essentially what they did is just paint over like the muscles and make them gold to make it look like a gold armband. So it's the same sculpt, excuse me, but they just painted over it. So that's actually kind of smart. So this little shield looks like, yeah, they attached and then, attached and then like glued together or something basically. So the shield just kind of wiggle around a little bit. The helmet, you know, when you look at it up close, gosh, this is really hard to focus. Not the greatest. It does look really odd, but they tried. They tried. So points for effort. They got the dragon shield. I mean, you can tell from far away what it is. So I guess that's what matters. All right, let's keep this going. Yeah, I will grab I have a Lightning Collection figure here that I'll do a size comparison. If you can't tell the size just from looking at my hands, you know, maybe that might give you a little bit more of an indication, perhaps. So we'll do that after this. Okay, let's fix the head and let's take a look. Focus. Come on. Focus. Thank you. There we go. So again, silver power morpher. This is really hard to get my camera to focus on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, helmet's okay. It's not bad. Not too bad. Again, little red splotches of paint there, but this thing is so tiny. That's like, I would be impressed if there weren't, you know, like, that's really difficult. Oh, sorry about that. Come on now. It's really hard to focus on these things just because they're so tiny. But we'll leave it at that. You get the idea. Oh, came off the stand. Let me just reattach that. Give me a second. Okay. So let's take the Blue Ranger here. Also make sure you don't have any pets that go around and will eat small things, because this will very easily be gone. All right. Let me see if I can do it this way. If I zoom in like that. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Oh wow, okay, I should have been doing this. This focuses pretty well. So again, you can really see the paint and detail on the helmet there as well. They did a pretty good job. Yeah. Cool. All right, last but not least, we have the Pink Ranger. This one's a little bit different too because the skirt, so I'm curious to see how they sort of did that part. Get the stand out of here. Come on. There we go. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. So is it the same body sculpt? I think it is. I think they just have a little skirt piece that they were able to sort of wrap around the bottom there, and then probably just attached it right there with a little seam. Whereas the rest of the body sculpt is the same. I mean, look at the very muscular arms there and legs. So again, they just use the same body mold there. And different helmet. But yeah, that's the Pink Ranger. And those are the miniature figures. So for size comparison, you may be looking at these after a while and you're starting to lose sense of how big or small they are. Let's bring in the Green Ranger right here for a sense of perspective, right? So we have the Green Ranger that we're looking at. Here's the boot of a Green Ranger, which if we move the camera upwards is the Lightning Collection Green Ranger. So for size comparison, gosh, I can't even fit them both in the same frame together. Yeah, it's small. It's definitely quite small. And oh man, you know what I just thought of? Shoot, do I have a monster figure nearby? Yo, this would be a great way to do a scene. Now, granted, this is Beast Morphers, but to have a giant... Oh no, the shield came off. Okay, we're going to take a look at that in a second to fix the shield. Is it supposed to come off? Maybe? I don't know. But, like, you could have the Rangers. You know how, like, before they go in their Megazords, they, like, you have the giant... like sometimes the monsters grow and then they're like towering above the Rangers. this is perfect. Like it fits, like, not, I wouldn't say in scale, but like you could totally recreate a mini little scene like that. Obviously you only have the Mighty Morphin team, but that's still pretty cool. So, all right, actually let's take a look at this Green Ranger. Let's see what happened here, because the Dragon Shield just popped right off. So can we fix it? Did it break, or is that what's supposed to happen? So here's the Green Ranger without the Dragon Shield. So they did actually paint the diamonds, so that's interesting. Oh, he just lost sight of, there we go, zoom in. Okay. So, all right, it looks like basically there's pegs and holes in the shield, so it should be as straightforward as, if I can focus, holding this and taking this side and connecting it. And it is. Okay, cool. So it can come apart, and it's very easy to reassemble. It reminds me a lot of like the original Green Ranger toy, the Automorphin one, where the shield would always pop off and stuff. So you can easily fix it. So yeah, those are the mini little figures right here, which are pretty cool. So really not much more to say. I guess I don't really know what the audience is for these, but if you like Mighty Morphin and or tiny little things that might be kind of cool to have on display, especially if you like the old Bandai America packaging style, and just to have something like this to you know, put on a shelf or something, it's kind of neat. So definitely worth looking into. Hopefully you all enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you interested in picking these up? Is this something you're looking for? I'm curious to know how many people are interested or not. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, make sure to subscribe. Got lots more Power Rangers reviews on the way. Thank you. Take care, and I will see you later.